Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Plat. Purplatypus is the name, and just want to take a quick second to thank each and every one of my patrons. Of course, Nick Hoffman, Retro Revolutions, and Alex Pete, the long-standing ones, and the new to the family, Mason S., better known as Chase Games, and Jennifer Gable. Thank you very much. If you guys are interested, check out patreon.com/Purplatypus for more information. And now, enjoy the video. Everybody, welcome back with the Plat. Purplatypus is the name. Today we're going to do a unit review for the new Banner A unit. I don't even remember his fucking name off the top of my head right now. I think it's called Thwomp and Thwimp, something like that. What is it? It's called Thwartog. That's funny. All right. Okay, that's actually pretty funny. First of all, two things. One, I want to apologize for the color of this shirt. I'm just kidding. You know I look fabulous. It's mint, baby. And two, gonna give a shout out to Chase Games, also known as Mason, for being my newest whale subscription person on Patreon. So thank you very much. Now here's the thing. I'm not very good when it comes to patron. I know that you don't get that many rewards if you're my patron. The least I could do is do the intro and name a monster after you. I do need to figure out ways to expand that to be better. But our our main man here wants Platypunk or F rank Platypunk. Let's make sure it's the F rank one. I think it was just Platypunk. This is the monster he chose, and he wants it to be named. Poll on what you want. He also, I get to do a poll in his honor, and that's going to be the next video. Your D rank Platypunk. The D rank. All right, sorry. Let's go to the D rank. A, B, C. There we go, right here. Crack build Platypunk. His name shall henceforth be known as Cameron. And Cameron is my name. So kind of, well, sorry, Cameron. We'll do Cameron G. Okay. We'll do Camron. See if that works. There we go. Camron. No E. It thinks the word came is offensive. I don't know why. I've never heard anyone offended by came. Anyway, let's actually jump into the point of the video. It's already been over 2 minutes of me, you know, stroking myself. Sorry for that terminology, but you know what I mean. We're going to go over here. I don't currently have this unit, but so this video is going to be followed probably the day after. Probably going to do one video today, and then I'm going to record one right now, but it's going to be a poll video, and I'm going to be doing 50 polls, 100 polls. What am I doing right now? Getting comfortable. That's what I'm doing. And we're going to be going for this guy and his Marquis de Leon. But let's not spoil how I feel about this unit. Let's take a look at him. 967 HP. Okay, first things first, the most important thing, all of these things aren't going to matter until we look at this ability. Selfless. Takes attacks directly for adjacent allies for 1 turn. Selfless is better than cover. So this is a cover tank, but Selfless is better than cover because Selfless has a 40% built-in damage reduction that they don't tell you about. And cover has a 20%. I believe those are the numbers. I might be a little bit off, but that is last I heard. I think that was it. So we're going to look through the lens of every single thing this unit does is related to being a cover tank. All right. 967 HP. Now that is a little bit low, but here's the thing. Low HP on cover tanks isn't that bad. Which you would think it's terrible, but really, it's that you want a high defense stat, and this guy has 421 defense, so he has good defense. If you have really, really low defense but high HP, like it could be your healers won't be able to fully heal them every turn, right? So you'd rather have them take less damage overall with a slightly lower HP. That way your healers are able to actually heal them all the way. That's not saying low HP is good. You would still rather always have the best of both worlds, but 967 HP being slightly under 1k for an A unit is still pretty high, and this is good overall because you can increase it with all kinds of weapons, so it's easily going to be over 1,000. Attack 327, not relevant, but not relevant. It's that 327 is not good. Let's be honest. At this stage in the game, 327 is not good anymore. 421 defense is good. 308 agility. Agility is weird on cover tanks because like you want it to be low, but not too low. Like when you get into cover tanks, you want to be able to maneuver units. So you actually kind of have to look at which units you want to use with this to know which ones you want to move first and which ones you want to move after this. But we got a pretty good agility weapon if we need to make this guy faster. Just, I don't know, worth keeping in mind. Wisdom, who cares? So let's take a look here. Stats up, lure stance. So this is his big passive here. is he's got lure stance. I'm going to say the best for last. Why I think this unit's so good for very last. This will be the first time we use the resistance tab, and it will mean something. So lure stance is actually this pretty cool thing. It's triggers lure if within range to counter. So I don't know the range on lure. I think it's 1 to 2. But basically, if something hits him, he starts pulling them in. He starts getting them closer. So this is a tank that will tend to work better with physical users, as he's going to naturally start pulling users in. So you don't necessarily need like physical in the front, casters on the side, because they're just attacking in that way. So it'll probably be better with physical users overall. And other than that, like stuff here, everyone knows the stats up, right? Let's just take a look at his abilities here, and we'll go to the good stuff last, which isn't his abilities for the first time ever, besides Selfless. Magic Barrier greatly raises one ally's spell resistance for 3 turns. I mean, it's nice. Might as well have that on yourself, right? But it's almost non-existent in terms of it doesn't matter. But there could be some fights where it does matter. But typically, if you're going to want this effect, you're going to have your healer or another person doing it, because once you start selflessing, you usually don't stop for quite a while. So it's probably not that good, but maybe for 3 turns, it'll help you get over the hump of setting up with a different character so they can focus on healing or something. I don't know. It's better than having an attack he'll never use. That's for sure. Then Shield Tackle. Deal 190% potency physical damage to an enemy. All right, who cares? But it moves up to 2 spaces, which is really cool. And so he basically jumps 2 spaces to hit people with their shield. That's pretty cool because this is a little bit extra movement. His movement is only at 2, which is low. But I think every cover tank's only at 2. So this is actually a cover tank with potentially more movement if you use him offensively for 1 turn. And ideally he won't die because you're using him specifically so he doesn't die. So you probably wouldn't die after using Shield Tackle. And then Selflessness is the big one. Takes attacks for units directly adjacent. Now we're going to go into the resistances. This is why I'm pulling on the unit. Cover tanks are good, but this is a cover tank that has resistance to zap. And that is something that I currently don't have in the account, and I don't even know if it's been possible on any cover tank in the game thus far. Which is very, very important, because every time there was a zap fight, you're like, I don't have anything that can fucking cover this. Now we do. Now it is worth noting, he's only going to have half resistance until he gets up to 4 awakened. Then he gets his full resistance, the double resistance to zap. But that being said, even half resistance is still the most amount of resistance we've had on any character ever. So he's still good there. Boost resistance, I'm not sure exactly how relevant that is, honestly. The zap resistance is the big one. But we're not done. Yeah, he's super weak to sleep, but you know what he isn't super weak to? Immune to stun. This is a cover tank immune to stun. There is a lot of stun effects. Now, I won't lie, sleep can sometimes be a big deal in some of these fights, but I can't tell you how many times cover tanks have not been that good because of stun. Stun immunity is very good. Now, obviously, there'll be some fights with paralysis. There'll be some fights with confusion, so it won't always work in every situation. But being immune to stun is really, really good, in my opinion. What exactly does it hit? I mean, there's a lot of like AoE things that are like bosses and shit will have like an AoE like martial attack that'll has a chance to stun. And even if this guy gets hit by 4, 5, 6 of those hits, it's never going to happen. So very, very good there. The super weakness to sleep is honestly, I don't think it's that big of a deal. You're not going to use them in arena. Probably not. I mean, maybe, I guess, but typically use damage dealers, I think. But you know, you don't want it, but honestly, I would gladly take a very weak to sleep and immunity to stun on a cover tank quite frequently. And really, it's that zap. So this isn't going to be that long of a unit review because it's a very straightforward character. You don't really need to, you know, there's not much to say for someone that's going to stand there and take hits for the team, right? This guy's not there to deal damage. He has a little bit of versatility in the magic barrier. Maybe you give him like a buff scroll or something so he could buff himself and magic barrier himself if you wanted to. I don't know. I don't think he's going to really need a scroll. You'll have someone there to take care of that for him. But that's basically all there is. He's going to selfless. He's going to get in there. He's going to block for everyone around him. He is not going to die because he's got great stats. He's got great resistances. He's even like the blind resistance and the hobble. The hobble resistance is not irrelevant. It's niche, but it's not irrelevant. The blind resistance is irrelevant. That might as well not be there. The physical lock, not relevant. Might as well not be there. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it. Super basic unit, honestly, but I think that this is a pretty pivotable, that's the word I'm looking for, a pretty critical unit for a lot of people's accounts. This is a unit that I look at. I'm like, this will help you clear content in a way that just another damage dealer won't do. Cover tanks are few and far between, and very frequently you want the perfect cover tank for the perfect fight. And this guy, I think, will just add to your repertoire of ease for at least zap fights. And I'm sure there's already been plenty where there's been lots where this guy would be good. I can't even think of him off the top of my head, but I think Malroth, right? I think Malroth stunned and did AoE Martial Lightning or whatever. This guy would have been fucking killer in that fight. Would have been like super easy to win probably. Anyway, that's going to be it. I'm just rambling now to get this to 10 minutes so I can make that YouTube money. Wahaha, peace out. No, for real though, guys, check out the next video for Tact, which I'm sure you all will, but it's going to be a poll video. It's not going to be 100, but I'm going to do a guaranteed poll, and I'm going to do like 50 other polls. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for Platypus and for Platypus. I will see you next time.